You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Triviality, the show where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Ken. I'm going to be your host today, and boy, we have a very full house today. We have Jeff and Matt in the studio. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good.
All right, and Neil's gone. I'm not going to make up some bullshit today because we have a lot to get through. Today from Trivia Hotdish, we have Tom and Jill. How you guys doing?
We're doing pretty well.
Yep.
Great. And you guys are going to be a team today, going up against Team Triviality. Can you tell us a little bit about your show and yourselves?
We record out of Minnesota, hence the Hot Dish moniker there. We kind of saw all the trivia shows out there and felt that 6 hours a week isn't enough, so we just wanted to add a little bit more time for everybody to listen. We thought all the trivia shows out there are pretty great, but we wanted a little bit more time to listen because we run out usually by Tuesday. So wanted to add that in, and it's we kind of try to take some different rounds and try to do a little different spin, but we do crib off of the masters like you.
Great. Well, that's another great show to check out to our listeners if you want a little extra trivia in your life. And on the other side, we have Misinformation, Julia and Lauren. How are you guys doing?
Hello, we're doing great. How are you?
We're doing so great.
And can you guys tell us a little bit about your show and lives?
Sure. So we have a weekly podcast, Misinformation. It's a trivia podcast for ladies and gents who love cool trivia and
Sticking it to annoying teams at pub quiz because there's plenty out here. I don't know about you guys, but they're annoying. So
we're the annoying pub quiz where we are.
We're in Rochester, New York.
Yes.
So we have kind of always loved pub quiz, and I was on Jeopardy in 2015, but I was a casualty of Matt Jackson. So bad timing on my part. But
and I have never been on Jeopardy, so there you have it.
It should be mentioned that your show is more of a informative deep dive on specific topics. Is that how you would describe it?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, we usually teach each other one topic per week, and then we have a 10-question quiz at the end that may or may not be related.
Yeah, it's a great
kind
show.
of almost like a good job brain kind of style.
Yeah, I think that they're a good influence on us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone likes them, so
for the sake of simplicity today, we will have Trivia Hot Dish, we'll have Misinformation, and Team Triviality. And without further ado, let's toss it over to the rules guy, or should I say, get up here and speak into the mic.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah.
Wow, great reading today. Better every time. I really feel like he's improving. What do you guys think?
The joke just never gets old.
I tried to kill it a couple weeks ago.
We got to have him in for the Game of Death episodes too, and that way he can be with us more often. But take off. You're all done. Thank you very much. All right. Without further ado, let's begin the game. Question 1, round 1. A nearly complete Hadrosaurus folkii dinosaur fossil was discovered in what U.S. state in 1858? The site is considered the birthplace of American dinosaur paleontology and has been designated as a historical landmark since. So I'm looking for the U.S. state that the first major fossil discovery in the U.S. was found.
Misinformation is locked in.
All right. So quick lock-in from Misinformation.
Do you feel comfortable with either of those?
I kind of am leaning towards this one. I know there's some.
You guys are locked in too?
Yeah.
All right, let's chat. You wrote down
Wyoming.
something. I can't read upside down.
Wyoming.
Oh, Wyoming.
Montana.
Those are states.
They are states. How do you feel about those?
Montana's bigger.
Montana is bigger, and I know that there's a lot of excavating up there. I know that geologically it was a lot warmer up there than you would expect at the time. So,
is this Sue the dinosaur?
Yes.
Really?
No,
well, that's all I know about dinosaurs. Let's go Montana.
Deal.
All right, Montana from Triviality. Let's go over to Trivia Hotdish.
All right. Well, we were thinking that it might be the tar pits that are located in California.
Not a bad guess. And misinformation locked in pretty quickly. So what was their assessment?
Well, gentlemen and ladies, we decided on Wyoming. I think personally because it's the squarest state. And
what are you saying about paleontologists?
Only on a map.
Well, also not for nothing, but I work at a science museum.
All right, there you go. Well,
so I'm really hoping this is correct.
Well, I can't give out points for the first question here. The answer is surprisingly New Jersey.
Oh,
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
All right, let's move right along to the next question. This one's about video games. What 1985 arcade game is noted as being one of the first multiplayer dungeon crawl games to hit the arcade? With a 4-player capacity, the player could select either a warrior, wizard, Valkyrie, or elf.
We're locked in.
All right. Team Triviality locked in right away.
All right, and Trivia Hotdish is locked in, right?
We are locked in, yes.
Awesome. So, misinformation, feel free to talk it out.
Ugh. I work at a video game museum, so this is especially embarrassing.
That's true. We're really sucking it up over here. Okay.
No, I have no read on a fantasy arcade game from '85.
A fantasy arcade game. I'm gonna go with Barbarella.
Ooh,
question mark.
Great. All right.
Some would consider that a fantasy.
Just to put us out of our misery, yeah.
Barbarella. All right. Let's go over to Trivia Hotdish.
I think going back to a kid, I think it was Gauntlet that you stayed up for hours and hours and hours at parties.
Gauntlet. Okay. And what did Team Triviality say?
Yeah, this was immortalized in when you were dying, it would say, Red Warrior needs food badly. It's Gauntlet.
Gauntlet is correct. So Team Triviality and Trivia Hotdish are on the board.
Yeah. I played a lot of the Nintendo version.
It's an Atari game, too.
It was very bad. Yeah. The ports were not good to the home consoles.
All right, question 3. What animal is most closely associated with Timothy Treadwell, in part due to a documentary from filmmaker Werner Herzog?
We're good here.
Oh yeah, we are locked in.
All right, misinformation is locking in with confidence or perhaps insanity.
Yes.
We are locked in as well.
Okay, Trivia Hotdish is in.
Jeff, have you seen this movie?
I have not.
Oh, good.
I don't know what the movie is.
Documentary film by Werner Herzog.
I mean, how many animals can there be? We're looking at
several. There's probably several.
Probably. What do you want to? Maybe some platypus, some ducks. I'm getting a lot of head shakes from Neil.
Neil's not in the studio.
That's right. Sorry.
If Neil were in the studio, I'm sure he'd be having a heart attack right about now.
Wolf.
I'm fine.
You're not helping.
No, I don't know.
We're locked in with
I'm
the wolf.
I'm not the film guy.
Well, yeah, so I am. We're locked in with the wolf.
Out of the two of us.
All right.
And let's go over to misinformation.
I'm feeling pretty confident because it's one of my favorite documentaries. I'm going to go with Grizzly Bear.
Okay, and Trivia Hotdish.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, we put down Bear. It was the guy who got eaten by the bears.
Yes, he was eaten.
Yeah.
Jill did not trust me.
This is definitely Grizzly Man.
Read my handwriting.
All right, and we have points for anybody who said bear or grizzly bear.
Great.
Awesome.
Up on the board.
On the board.
All right, moving on to question
Herzog did that.
4. Let's say Matt wants to pick out a beautiful lady's shoe to wear to his quinceanera.
Why would I?
Despite his massive stature, we all know that he has freakishly small feet and normally wears a men's 7.5. What size should he buy in women's shoes?
I'm locked in.
He knows. He knows.
I did work at a shoe store before.
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
And we're going to lock in as well.
All right, all the teams are locked in, so let's go ahead and start with Triviality, who had some confidence on this one for some reason.
You said it's 7.5, right, was the men's size?
Yep.
Yeah, I believe there's a 2-size difference between men's and women's shoes, so we locked in with 9.5.
9.5 for Team Triviality. Let's go over to Trivia Hotdish.
We weren't really sure. I knew that women's shoes, like the sizes, like you went down to go into men's, but we just said 9.
Okay, 9. And
1.5 size difference.
Let's go over to Misinformation.
We went the other way.
Yeah.
Maybe to our detriment, and we locked in with 6.
6. All right. Well, Team Triviality is the only team getting points here. It is a 2-size difference. 9.5 is the correct answer.
I'm a big shoe guy.
Super into shoes.
Except if you're wearing a 7.5, you're not a big shoe guy.
Hey-o. Watch out.
I would take the kid-size prices, to be honest, on some of the Jordans. That wouldn't be the worst thing.
And it's time for our question 5. Normally these are listener-submitted questions. I actually just wrote this one, but feel free to send in those submissions, and we'll be happy to use them. Number 5. I got a hot date with a taxonomist and want to impress her by cooking some Italian food. I'm going to start off with some breaded Gallus domesticus. Add a squeeze of citrus limon. Cook with wine, olive oil, butter, and some allium sativum. And finish off with some Caparis spinosa. What's for dinner?
I can't think of the name of it. It's that chicken my mom likes.
We are locked in with the chicken her mom likes.
That's mushrooms.
All right. Team Triviality is locked in with an answer.
She only cooks 3 things, and this is one of them.
It's a much broader palette than
I'm glad
I have.
that at least this question was readable.
Yeah.
Like I like that you get what's going on
It's not
here.
Salisbury steak. I don't know what it is.
All right, we're locked in after a lot of.
Because there's a regional dish here in New York that I've regional.
All right. Well, one way or another, misinformation is locked in.
Oh, I think Jill's got it here. It's capers, chicken, garlic, and then.
You could say that. I just have never heard of it.
I think it's Milanese. We're gonna go with chicken Milanese.
Okay. And we're going over to Team Triviality.
We didn't really discuss, and I just wrote down chicken primavera, so that's what I wrote.
Okay. And misinformation with the dish that your mom really likes.
Well, apparently I'm wrong. So the only answer that we could come up with, I'm sure of it, Julia is not, is chicken francese.
Okay, well, I can't verify if any of those are technically correct, but the answer I have down is chicken piccata.
Piccata! The one. That's what I was trying to think of.
That's the one with the capers.
I only eat the chicky parm.
The Caparis spinosa are the capers.
That's right. Not
some
spinach.
long ass rice.
I think you guys figured out that the others were chicken, lemon, and allium sativum is onion.
I know. I just really want to cook with Spinoza, but he's been dead for a few hundred years. So,
all right, moving on to. Actually, let's get a quick score update before we move on.
Yeah, please.
All right. After 5, Team Triviality with 20, Team Trivia Hotdish also with 20, and Team Misinformation with 10.
All right,
The
so
respectable 10.
still a very close game. Anybody's game. All right, question 6. Moving on to my one hockey question that I like to ask every game. Most NHL players hope to be remembered by entering the Hall of Fame or having their name on the Stanley Cup. Sean Avery had other plans, however, when his on-ice actions in 2008 resulted in a change to the unsportsmanlike conduct policy known as the Avery Rule. What is the Avery Rule? And it's not necessarily a one-word answer, so if you just say it in normal language, I will give you credit.
Yeah, he's a Ranger. You might remember this one over in New York. I'm gonna write down what I think it is.
Okay.
We'll let you guys talk because we have no idea, so we're gonna lock in with a wrong answer.
Okay. He got suspended for like it was a ridiculous amount of games, like 80 to 100 games or whatever.
Okay.
And I think it was for using his skate as a weapon. So,
there was definitely a guy who got cut about 10 years ago, and he nearly bled to death on the ice. And it was like because the trainer was on the right side of the ice.
I don't. It's either that or he sticks someone in the head. I can't remember which one it is. he's a very violent individual.
With a skate?
Hanging out with John Rocker.
I'm okay with using your skate as a weapon if that's what you feel.
Yeah, we'll just lock in with that.
I kind of remember somebody doing something really bad with a skate, but
yeah.
Well, let's
murdering somebody.
murdering somebody with a skate. Let's go over to Trivia Hotdish. Get their answer.
We put down spitting.
Spitting. Okay, not a bad answer. And let's go with misinformation.
So he got in trouble for standing right in front of Marty Brodeur and waving his arms back and forth in front of the goalie's face. And so that's the Avery rule: is you can't intentionally distract the goalie.
Yep, that's exactly correct. You can't face the goalie and wave your stick or arms in front of their face.
Yeah.
But you also can't use your skate as a weapon.
You also can't stab them.
But also don't use your skate as a weapon.
Yeah, that's also a no-no in hockey. I don't know if you guys know that.
I read Sean Avery's Wikipedia page, and it's just full of stuff. He was a real troublemaker.
Then he was like a Vogue intern a year later.
Yeah, he's like a
really
male model too
yeah.
and stuff. It's kind of weird. All right, moving on to question 7. Points for misinformation on that one. A little bit more culinary questions. Number 7. What is the French name for an appetizer served prior to a meal, as chosen by and compliments of the chef? This is often done to show a chef's creative flair or complement the meal. It's a
We're
French
locked
term.
in.
All right.
Information is locked in.
Is locked in.
Sure. So we're locked in. Misinformation locked in, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, hot dish.
Oh, we are locked in as well.
Okay.
All right, let's start with you.
Well, we said that it is the amuse-bouche.
Amuse-bouche. And let's go to misinformation.
We also went with amuse-bouche because that is my favorite phrase to use in almost
any
anything.
eating setting,
any eating scenario
at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your pre-food snack is your amuse-bouche.
So a handful of goldfish crackers is my preferred amuse-bouche.
For when you're going to eat a cheddar sandwich or something.
Ooh,
that's the
exactly. To
really prime your taste buds.
Warm it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Triviality.
if you're here, no.
And Triviality.
Triviality, grateful that spelling doesn't count. We said amuse-bouche.
Amuse-bouche is correct. Points all around. I'm kind of
Yay.
surprised by that. Good job, everybody.
Got to get just a little bit of a flavor.
Yeah. So the joke is that my sister is a pastry chef, so sometimes we go to her her restaurants and eat at fancier places than we're used to, and I always demand an amuse-bouche, and she's like, "You can't ask for an amuse-bouche; they just give it to you." I was like, "It's not fancy if there's no amuse. I need the mousse."
I need my bouche amused.
All right. Question 8. If you were shipwrecked and found yourself stranded on the fictional Isla Nublar, what work of fiction have you stumbled into? Starvation and thirst may not be your most pressing concern. If Neil were here.
He would know this one?
Most likely.
I know I've heard it. Sometimes I have to figure out why I've heard it.
Is it this?
Yes, it is.
Okay, never mind. We're locked in.
All right, we're locked in.
We're locked in.
Misinfo.
Misinfo is locked in, and Triviality is locked in. So let's toss to Trivia Hotdish, see what they're thinking.
Yeah, we kind of got 2 up in the air. We have Lord of the Flies thinking, but then also the Odyssey, where the island, was it Circe's Island, where no one needed to worry about food or drink. The wine and the food flowed freely. I say we go with the Odyssey. We're going to go with the Odyssey.
Okay, the Odyssey. Let's go with misinformation next.
We're not positive, but we're just going to say Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah,
Gulliver's
they
Travels.
seem to have a lot of funny names for things, so we're going to go with Gulliver's Travels on that.
All right. And Team Triviality, why are we not worried about food or drink immediately?
We went with a much more contemporary piece of literature. I believe this was 1990, Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park.
Yes, you might be running from dinosaurs in Jurassic Park if you were on Isla Nublar.
So we went classic over here.
Yeah.
That was wrong.
Points for
That was Jill's
triviality.
first guess. I killed it, and now I'm in the doghouse.
He does that.
That's why she asked the questions.
Well, moving on to question 9. While trying to escape the dinosaurs, you decide to take shelter by running into the ocean. Unfortunately, you also suffer from phyciophobia, so you decide it's better to just get eaten by the T-Rex. What is phyciophobia?
Can
Can you spell that for us?
F-Y-K-I-A phobia.
Can you use it in a sentence that well describes what it is?
I'm in the ocean, and I have phyciophobia, so I'm going to get the out of the ocean.
Fear of ficus? There's not a lot of ficus in the ocean.
So
Okay. Misinformation's locked in.
All right, misinformation is in.
We are locked in.
Okay,
so
Trivia Hot Dish is in.
Let's chat. You wrote fish.
Everyone's locked in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fish and algae.
I don't know. Plankton, kelp. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff in the sea that you might not be liking.
SpongeBob.
Sharks, whales.
Sharks. Starfish.
Those are in echinoderms, so I'm pretty sure that's not.
No, I don't care. You say something. I have less interest in the question.
I don't know. Fish seems like a really logical one.
Yeah.
Although I think that would be like pescophobia, right? Or something.
Sea life. Does that count? We can just see.
I don't think it's a fear of water, although that's a thing.
What about salt?
Hydrophobia. Salt. No.
Algae. Algae it is.
Done.
All right. Team
What?
Triviality is in with algae. Let's go with misinformation next.
We're going to say seaweed.
We're going to say seaweed.
Seaweed. Anyone touches your foot and grosses you out, run back and get killed by the T-Rex.
Also, apparently, they make snacks out of them. You can dry them out on the beach and munch away. They're full of protein, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to go with seaweed.
And how about Trivia Hot Dish?
We went with jellyfish. No good reason.
Jellyfish. Well, as funny as it is, misinformation is correct. It's the fear of seaweed.
So it's weird. I was thinking seaweed, but I didn't have the name for it in my head. So,
Final question of the first round. What band do you get when you leave members Tim Armstrong, Lars Frederiksen, Matt Freeman, and depending on the era, either Brett Reed or Brandon Stenekart out in the sun too long? Okay, Triviality is locked in.
we have switched strategies to just trying to distract other people.
Say the other name.
We can't outsmart them. So,
Do any of those names ring any bells for you guys?
Oh, no, not at all.
Stretch Armstrong does.
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
We're not the people on our trivia team that know bands, band members. So
Okay.
Band members. Great. We are locked in.
we've all guessed.
All right, they're in.
Sorry.
Trivia Hot Dish stands alone, so let's go ahead and hear what you have to think.
So I remember there was a band that was just, they were like raisin figures, and they danced and sang. It was probably by one of the raisin makers. I think there's only one. I don't know what that company is. I think we just say the raisins. We're going to say the raisins.
Okay, the raisins.
Were you thinking of the California raisins?
I probably was thinking of the California
the
raisins.
famous claymation band?
Yeah. Just sang a bunch of Temptation songs.
Their Christmas special.
Oh my gosh, is chef's kiss. They're so good. Their harmonies are so tight.
Crap!
Uh-oh.
I just realized it.
What do you say? You want to
It's
give
funny
them
'cause-
you want to give them a do-over?
Yeah, I don't care.
Let's give them a do-over.
All right, I want to say craisins, and because it's the cranberries become the craisins.
Okay.
That makes slightly more sense.
We'll go
Okay, they're going with the
But-
cranberries. How about you guys at misinformation?
We also went with the California Raisins,
All right, we had
who
the,
were a real band, who had a great claymation special. Everyone should watch it on YouTube. But yeah, we had no idea, so we went with the California Raisins.
all right, California raisins, and I think Team Triviality is going a different way on this.
I think if you left these guys out in the sun, they would become quite rancid. And we said rancid.
The correct answer is rancid. So maybe if you gave the California raisins some mohawks.
Yeah, they would be rancid.
Not in this punch bowl up there. No.
That was their punk special, wasn't it?
That was their what?
Their punk special? When they just sang
Their punk
everyone's
special?
songs.
Yeah.
They just sang Sex Pistols songs.
Sorry.
Can't look at us.
All right, Matt, can we get the score update?
Yes, going into the swing round, it's Trivia Hotdish with 30, Misinformation with 40, and Team Triviality pulling into a lead with 50.
All right, so still anybody's game so far. I want to toss it over to Matt really quick. You have a read on how we're doing on reviews right now?
Yes, over the last week, we've gotten about 4 or 5 new ones, so we appreciate all of those. So just go to iTunes and leave us a review. Once we get to 150, we'll be giving out some sweet prizes.
Actually, if you don't have an iPhone or another Apple device, feel free to leave a review wherever you'd like, Facebook.
We're counting all of them.
Or any of your reviews. Once we get to 150 iTunes reviews, we're just going to pull all of the reviews, and we'll give prizes away from there. So
review it to your friend and have them email us and let us know.
Don't feel limited just because you have a probably superior Android device.
Oh, get out of here.
And Jeff, you had a read on how Patreon is going.
I do. Patreon's going very well. We're very, very happy and to be supported as much as we are by our listeners and our community here. If you'd like to be one of those people and donate to our show, you can certainly do so at patreon.com/Triviality Podcast, where you can get stickers, bonus episodes, and if you're so inclined to climb the ranks and climb higher level belts, we also have a really cool Triviality swag box. And so check us out.
Just reached our $500 goal, so we are guaranteeing 1 bonus episode a month.
It's true.
Fantastic.
We take no cut of the show, and we just try and redevelop that into more great content for everybody who listens. So thank you.
All right, so moving on to the swing round. This one is going to be a musical zoo. I have in front of me 10 artists and albums from said artists. All of the albums have an animal on the album cover, and I would like to know simply what animal is on the album cover. So these are 10 questions, 5 points apiece. Sorry if these are a little bit, on the contemporary side, but I did my best to spread them out a little bit. All right, so starting with number 1 is Deftones' Diamond Eyes. Next is The Prodigy, Fat of the Land. Next is Slipknot, Iowa. Weezer, Ratitude. Pink Floyd, Adam Hart Mother. Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me. Hum, You'd Prefer an Astronaut. Pearl Jam, Versus. Metallica, The Black Album, or self-titled Metallica. And Failure, Magnified. So once again, those are Deftones, Diamond Eyes, The Prodigy, Fat of the Land, Slipknot, Iowa, Weezer, Ratitude, Pink Floyd's Adam Hart Mother, Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me, Hum, You'd Prefer an Astronaut, Pearl Jam's Versus, Metallica, The Black Album, and Failure, Magnified.
Failure Magnified feels like what's going on right now.
Yeah, I literally have nothing, so you can put any animals. If you just want to put the same animal for all of them, so we'll get some points.
All right, so it looks like all the answers are in after some deliberation from Trivia Hotdish and Misinformation, and a lot of deliberation from Team Triviality.
Like way too much.
All right, let's start with number 1, which was Deftones and Diamond Eyes. Trivia Hotdish, what did you say?
We said snake.
Snake, okay. And how about Misinformation?
First of all, I would like to say this is a very dude group of bands. This is a dude-tastic group of bands.
I put Fleetwood Mac in there.
Yeah, okay.
So it's Christy McVie and Stevie Nicks are the only two.
Like quick throw in of Stevie Nicks. Thanks.
Yeah. And Christy
no,
McVie.
I'm sorry, just jagging you. We went with a cat.
Cat, okay. And Triviality.
I think Matt and I think.
Yeah, they have an album called White Pony, so we wrote Pony.
Yep.
Pony. The correct answer is a snowy owl.
Oh,
but I would have also accepted owl or anything.
So if you'd accept anything, you'll take Pony?
No. Snowy owl is the correct answer. All right, the next one was The Prodigy, Fat of the Land. Start with Hotdish.
We went with cow.
Cow on that one, okay. Let's go over to Misinformation.
A lamb.
Yeah, we went with a similar barnyard animal.
Okay. And Triviality.
I hope I'm right. If not, I'm going to have to smack my Ken up. We said crab.
It is a crab. So
God.
5 points for Triviality. All right, next is Slipknot's Iowa. Let's go with hot dish.
We said pig, having been through Iowa. We just assume.
And misinformation?
We went with the cow because I've never been to Iowa, but I imagine there's cows there. Am I right?
There's lots of cows.
You are correct.
Oh, okay,
there
great.
are cows there.
Team Triviality?
What is that?
Tiger.
Oh, I said tiger.
A tiger. There's not a tiger on the album cover. It is a goat. All right, next is Weezer Ratitude.
We said rat. Maybe a little
Just for the obvious.
Yeah.
All right, a rat. Misinformation?
We also said rat.
Yeah, we said rat.
And Triviality.
This is one I actually remember. I believe it's a dog jumping through something.
A dog. And a dog is correct.
Yeah.
Next is Pink Floyd's Adam Hart Mother. Let's start with hot dish.
We said deer.
Deer. Misinformation?
We said pig.
Yeah, we said pig.
Pig. Well known for Pink Floyd. And Triviality.
I'm pretty sure the pig was on Animals, their 77 release. We said cow.
And the correct answer is cow. And Jeff did pull that one out. He described it exactly. It's
from you're looking from the backside of the
cow's
cow.
ass. Yes.
Yes.
And
I do own every single Pink Floyd album.
Number 6, Fleetwood Mac's Mystery to Me. Hot dish.
We said a horse.
Horse.
Hey.
Misinformation?
Don't take it as a good sign. If you
I'm thinking more solidarity, guys.
So you guys said horse as well?
We also said horse.
We also said horse. Because you know what? Horses are mysterious. That's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
They're very
Stevie
mysterious.
Nicks
riding a horse.
around on one. Oh, yeah.
Team Triviality?
Some tall grass.
Matt and I really wanted to say sex pants, but we settled in on sheep.
Sheep. Well, the correct answer is a baboon.
Oh.
Baboon.
That's not mysterious at all.
I'm trying to remember that album cover.
Made a monkey out of me.
Okay, Hums, You'd Prefer an Astronaut. This one's kind of tough.
This is where we just ran out of animals and just started grasping at animals. So we went with elephant.
Elephant.
We wrote space bird.
Yes.
But then we just changed it to regular bird.
Just a regular ass bird.
Standard bird.
Earth bird.
Okay.
Earth bird.
Triviality?
I believe we said human.
Yeah.
Human. It is an animal. This actually, you mentioned White Pony before. This is an album cover that very well may have influenced that design. It's a zebra standing alone on a green background. All right, Pearl Jam's Verses. What do we have? Hot dish.
No.
We went with a donkey.
Donkey. Misinformation?
Sheep.
Yeah, we said sheep.
Sheep. And Triviality.
Yeah, and I wrote down Jeremy.
Jeremy Spoken. It is a sheep. So misinformation is on the board.
Wow.
Good job.
Woo, woo.
All
We
right.
are so good at this.
Metallica's Black Album. Hot
we
dish.
said crow.
Crow. All right. And misinformation?
We went with a snake,
A snake.
because it is the most Metallica of all the animals.
And Triviality.
With the majestic unicorn.
The majestic unicorn is incorrect. It is a snake.
Oh.
Misinformation strikes again.
Wow.
This table's too wide.
It's a coiled outline of a snake in the bottom right-hand corner, I believe. So hot dish, what did you say for failure magnified?
Oh, this one we got it locked out. We said a giraffe.
Going on an African safari and trivia hot dish. Misinformation.
You said an ant.
Because, you magnify ants with the sun.
Sure.
Smart.
You know.
Trivia. Well, you shouldn't, but Triviality.
I think if you're going to magnify failure, you'd probably make the platypus. So we said platypus.
The correct answer is it's a frog. It's a frog. So at the end of
0
that,
for 10.
misinformation gains 10 points, Triviality gains 15 points, and unfortunately a whiff for Trivia Hot Dish.
We did better than expected. So
We named some animals,
Yeah.
so that was exciting.
Yeah, you picked out some animals. That's all that matters.
All right, so let's move right along to question 1 of the second round. Mike Mignola is best known for his creation of what comic book character whose real name is Anung Un Rama in 1994?
We are locked in.
Okay, Trivia Hotdish locked in.
Could be.
It's the era.
Yeah, I feel like that was when the movie came out.
Okay. We're locked in.
Okay. Triviality's locked in. Misinformation, how you doing over there?
We're talking. You want to go with? Yeah, just go with that.
We have.
Yeah, we're good.
An answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with misinformation.
I put Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay, Avatar. What do you say, Triviality?
Just based on the era, that was when a lot of comics people left Marvel to start their own comics, and we wrote Spawn.
Spawn. Okay. And how about you guys at Trivia Hotdish?
Well, there was no real logic behind it, but the first thing that came to my head was Bane, so that's what we went with.
Bane. Okay. Well, 3 pretty good guesses. Unfortunately, we're not going to have the right answer here. It is Hellboy.
Oh my God! I just watched that movie. Literally.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
A movie you've seen.
No, right?
A long-running thing on our podcast is that there are many touchstone films of our lifetimes that Lauren hasn't ever
Not seen.
seen. So we have a Google Doc that somebody's been maintaining for us of all of the things that I mentioned that Lauren says she's never seen, and then she will have to go back and watch.
It's getting
them all.
longer and longer.
I can't relate to that.
Our listeners
at all.
are angry at me.
They're pretty good movies, too. All right.
That's what I hear.
Question 2. What work of film fiction features a mashed-up language called city speak, described as a mishmash of Japanese, Spanish, German, and what have you? I would accept a second answer, but it would be nonsense if you said it.
You like that one better?
I do.
Okay. We're locked in.
Okay, we have an answer.
We have an
All
answer.
right.
Misinformation is in. So we're just waiting on Trivia Hotdish. How you feel about this one?
Okay. Ooh, this is a tough one. So far we have zero idea. But Japanese, Spanish, and German, is it some type of weird alternate post-World War II? I was thinking Man in the High Castle, but it's not that. I'm pretty sure. Because I don't know if you consider that film, since it's an Amazon series. Jill has Miyazaki down, which I'm familiar with the name, and that's about it. Yeah, we can. Let's go with that. So we're gonna go with Howl's Moving Castle. Yeah.
Okay, Howl's Moving Castle, great film. How about you guys? Misinformation.
We're going to say Edge of Tomorrow.
The classic Tom Cruise Emily
Live, Die,
Blunt
Repeat.
joint.
You know what? That
Live, Die,
movie
Repeat.
rocked. That was an excellent movie. Did not get the praise it deserved. And what did you guys say, Triviality?
So we figured it was a dystopian future where it's kind of like post-language. Initially, I'd written down Mad Max, and then I wrote down Blade Runner, and Jeff liked that one more, so I stuck with Blade Runner.
Well, you guys were on the right track here. It is Blade Runner.
All right.
Why'd I say it that way? Just to mess with you.
Where are your questions about rom-coms?
Yeah, where are your questions about
They say write what you know.
that guy? See, that guy, he's pointing at himself.
They say write what you know. And I do. All right, next question. What Disney villain shares a first name with the author of the Earthsea and Hainish Cycle series of science fiction books?
Misinformation
We're
is
locked in.
locked in.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So just Triviality stands
Disney
alone?
All right. So
Is that better for you over there?
a little Disney question for you?
Yeah,
Little Disney,
thank you.
little
Yes.
fantasy,
We
sci-fi
appreciate
book?
So Disney villains. What are we looking at? I don't think it's Ursula.
Who do you think the author of the Earthsea is?
Oh, I don't know any of that. I'm going purely Disney villain.
There's no,
Darth Vader,
It's not
right?
like Philip
So-
K. Dick, and then there's like a Prince Philip or something.
Hmm.
What's Gaston's first name?
Gaston.
Adolf.
His name is Gaston.
Oh, okay.
No, it's okay. This is not helpful. Well, I'm going to answer Scar because I know it's wrong and I don't care
Scar.
anymore.
All right, let's pass it over to Trivia Hotdish. You did mention
I think
Miyazaki on the last question. Maybe that helped you out on this one.
I think if Team Triviality had looked at the screen when they were listing off, they would have seen some shocked faces, because I'm pretty sure it's Ursula.
And misinformation?
We also said Ursula.
For Ursula
the
Le
very
Guin.
first thing you guys said was, well, it's not Ursula. But it is Ursula K. Le Guin. And her book was also adapted into a anime film by Goro Miyazaki, son of Hayao Miyazaki. So that's why I thought they might get it.
There's some heavy overtones in Ponyo for Little Mermaid as well.
All right, moving on to the next question. No, he's not part of a football family dynasty. However, this newcomer to the Chicago Blackhawks should hopefully supply some consistent defense for the team after playing 65 games with the Flyers last season. So Trivia Hotdish is locked in, as well as Triviality, so we're just waiting for misinformation. What do you guys think?
Do you want to just
Pick a name.
pick a name that sounds like someone who's in football?
We'll just say Manning.
Okay, Manning and Trivia Hotdish.
We also said Manning.
Manning and Triviality.
When you're thinking football family dynasties, you're pretty much looking at Manning, so we said Manning.
Yep, looks like you all got it through the hint. Guy's name is Brandon Manning, and hopefully he helps us out this year.
Yeah, he's an older guy, right? I feel like
He's not too old. He's under 30. But hopefully, better luck this year, and points all around today. So, next question.
Nice job.
Number 5, Jean, Tina, Louise are the troublemaking children featured on what TV show?
Yeah, we're locked in.
Jean, Tina, and Louise.
We're also locked in. Misinformation.
And we are locked in as well.
All right, this might have been an easy one for everybody. Let's start with misinformation.
It's Bob's Burgers.
I've never seen it.
Hot dish?
We said Bob's Burgers as well.
And Triviality.
Yep, Robert's Burgers.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We won't accept Robert's Burgers.
I've never seen it. I don't know anything about
You
it.
mean Robert's Hamburgers?
That's correct.
And that's points all around. And I just want to really quickly say butts. Number 6. What are the two main bones that comprise the lower leg?
No, it is correct.
Okay.
Trivia Hotdish is in and Triviality is in.
I'm just going to write Jeff.
Looks like everybody is in, so let's begin with misinformation.
It's the tibia and the fibula.
Tibia and fibula. Let's go with Hotdish.
We put down what did you write?
Well, we said fibula and tibula, but I think we might be wrong.
Fibula and tibula?
Yes.
Okay. And Triviality?
We agree with misinformation. We say this is the tibia and the fibula.
Okay, it is the tibia and fibula. So points for Triviality and misinformation. Unfortunately, you guys just got it a little bit messed up, but you go.
All I had was the knee bones connected to the hip bone.
You guys were very close.
In Ken's case, it's the radius and ulna because he walks everywhere on his hands. But
right, that's right. Can we get a quick score update before proceeding, Matt?
All right, after the 6th question, it is Triviality with 105, Trivia Hotdish with 60, and Misinformation with 90. Still a close game.
Woo! Yep. Anything could happen in the end of this and the final round. So let's go on to question 7. Being the only other member besides the giraffe of animal family Giraffidae, what animal might be in the midst of an identity crisis, having a rear end and legs that distinctly resemble a zebra pattern?
Misinformation is locked in.
Okay.
I've seen this animal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have them at the Brookfield Zoo.
Which is approximately 0.5 miles from here. So we will be right back.
Matt and Jeff went for a quick jog.
Just going to go check out the Africa exhibit.
Yeah.
Okay, just waiting now for Hotdish to lock in.
Oh, we are locked in.
This one might be way.
All right, let's start with you guys.
We went with the wildebeest.
Wildebeest, not a bad guess. And how about you guys?
Not
Misinformation?
Misinformation went with an okapi.
Okapi. And Triviality.
With the classic Thunder Horse.
Is that a Pokemon as well? Or?
I don't know what it is.
All right, the correct answer is Okapi. So misinformation, closing the gap a little bit. Next question, number 8. Yellow journalism, or what we might call clickbait these days, is a term coined during the circulation war between William Randolph Hearst's New York Journal and this man's New York World. Prizes go to the winner.
Misinformation is locked in.
Okay.
Trivia Hotdish is locked in.
Okay. So it seems like Triviality is the only team having trouble on this one.
I'm trying to get the reference.
Do you have anything?
No.
Okay.
I know Hearst, but I don't know much about his competitors.
Because he wiped him off the face of the earth. Right?
No, just because he's in Deadwood. So
just want to put a Rockefeller?
Sure.
All right. We're locked in with a Rockefeller.
Any Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Okay. A Trivia Hotdish.
He's better known nowadays for excellence in journalism. It's Pulitzer.
Pulitzer. And how about misinformation?
We also have Pulitzer.
Pulitzer is correct. Joseph Pulitzer, to be specific.
Misinformation taking the lead.
Ooh. Moving on to a geography question just for Jeff here. Nuuk is the capital and largest city of what country? Pretty simple.
How do you spell it?
That's Nuuk.
Misinformation is locked in.
We are locked in with our autonomous region / country.
Everyone's locked in except us.
Well, my immediate guess went to like the Yukon Territory or none of it in Canada, but obviously that's because it just sounds Inuit to me.
Right.
But well, Greenland's a territory of Denmark, so it could be Greenland. Reykjavik is Iceland for sure.
Do you want to just say Greenland?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, we locked in with Greenland.
Okay, Greenland for Triviality. How about Trivia Hotdish?
We also went with Greenland.
Greenland and Misinformation.
We also said Greenland.
Greenland is correct, so points all around.
Great.
It is a autonomous constituent country.
Yeah, it's owned by Denmark.
It's owned by them, but it is an autonomous constituent country.
Yeah, I was like, Sporkle doesn't have this on the World Country Quiz.
No matter how many times I type it in, it won't take it.
Sounds familiar, but...
Yeah.
All right, and the final question of regulation. What do these items have in common? Tite Kubo's manga series, the band Nirvana, and sodium hypochlorite.
We're locked in.
I got it through science and Nirvana.
We're locked in.
A lot of high fives going on. Everybody's locked in? All right, let's start with Team Triviality.
We went with Bleach.
Bleach. How about Misinformation?
We went with Teen Spirit.
Teen Spirit? Not a bad guess. And how about Hotdish?
I had no clue, but Jill, as the chemist, said bleach.
Okay, the correct answer is Bleach.
Dang it.
I was waiting for the One Piece.
I thought I was being so clever.
The name of the manga series, the name of an album by Nirvana, and, of course, the common name for sodium hypochlorite.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and let's get this score at the end of regulation.
All right, scores at the end of regulation. Team Trivia Hotdish with 90. Team Triviality with 125. And Team Misinformation with 130.
All right, so it's still anybody's game with these wagers coming up. So to refresh your memory, I'm going to read the categories. You guys wager 0 to 30 points on all these categories, not to exceed the points that you've earned throughout the game. And then we'll get the questions read. So your categories today are: It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Number 2 is wordplay. Number 3 is a work of art. Number 4 is 90s lyrics. And number 5 is Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
When I got my new car, I named it Precious, based on the movie Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
Okay, all the wagers are locked in. So let's read these questions. Number 1. It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. What was the name of the imperious monarch that rules over the neighborhood of Make-Believe on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Number 2, wordplay. Replace one letter to turn Denzel Washington wreaking havoc in Mexico City into Philippe Petit performing a daring act in 1974. Number 3, a work of art. Painter Ivan Albright created a wild depiction of what literary character after being commissioned in 1943 by a film production for its use as a prop? And number 4, 90s lyrics. I'm going to read the lyrics. You just let me know what the song is. I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. An older version of me. And number 5, Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire. What precious stone is the birthstone for September and also the gem of a 45th anniversary? Gonna give everybody a few moments to answer these questions and we'll come back with their selections. Okay, all the answers are now in. So we're gonna go back and get those from each team and find out who will be today's cream of the crop. All right, in It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, I wanted to know what the name of the king of the neighborhood of Make-Believe was on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And let's start with Triviality, who wagered 15.
I believe this is King Friday.
Do you want to elaborate on that at all?
He is the king. And that is his name. No, I've watched a ton of this when I was a kid. So
Why was I going to say Friday the 13th?
Yeah, it's not right.
No.
King Friday, find King Friday the 4th.
Okay, King Friday the 4th from Triviality. And let's go with Trivia Hotdish, who wagered 20 points.
King Friday the 3rd.
All right, King Friday the 3rd from Trivia Hotdish. Misinformation.
That's King Friday the 13th.
King Friday the 13th from Misinformation. So they will be getting points on that one. It is King Friday the 13th. They also wagered 20, so 20 points for them. All right, so question 2, wordplay. Wanted you to replace one letter to turn Denzel Washington wreaking havoc in Mexico City into Philippe Petit performing a daring act in 1974. Triviality wagered 20 points, so what did you have?
We thought that this is from the movie Man on Fire, and it was a tightrope walking thing, so Man on Wire.
Okay. Man on Fire, Man on Wire. What did you have? Hot Dish. What did you have? Hot Dish, you had 30 points on the line.
A Man on Fire and Man on a Wire.
Okay. And how about Misinformation, also with 30 points on the line?
We also put Man on Fire and Man on Wire.
All right. Looks like everybody's getting points on this one. It is Man on Fire and Man on Wire. All right. Number 3, a work of art. Painter Ivan Albright created a wild depiction of what literary character after being commissioned in 1943 by a film production for its use as a prop. So, Team Triviality, betting conservatively, went for 10 on this one. What did you have?
It was a good thing we bet conservatively because I actually had no idea. We wrote Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter. All right, Trivia Hot Dish also betting conservatively with 10. What did you have?
We had no idea as well. We went with Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. And Misinformation going all in on this one. What did you have?
We put Dorian Gray.
Dorian Gray is actually the correct answer.
Yeah.
So that's a big 30 points for you guys, climbing a little higher.
I didn't know they made one in 43.
I also said a wild depiction of said character.
You didn't mention the
That
E on
helped
the
us. Yeah.
All right. Number 4, 90s lyrics, Team Triviality. Betting 30 points on the following lyrics. I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. An older version of me. For 30 points, what did you say?
Yeah,
you ought to know.
Okay, ought to know. You ought to know. For Triviality, Hot Dish betting Oakland 5. What did you say?
We put Nothing Compares to You.
Nothing compares to you. And
No
how
idea.
about Misinformation betting a conservative 10?
We put You Ought to Know by the incredible Alanis Morissette.
All right, You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette is correct. So climbing 30 points is Triviality and 10 more for Misinformation. And the final question, what it all comes down to, Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire. What precious stone is the birthstone for September and also the gem of the 45th anniversary? 10 for Triviality. What did you have?
We argued about this one for quite some time. What did we throw around? Sapphire, but then it was in the answer, so we gave up on that one, and then we said Ruby.
Ruby. And Trivia Hot Dish, 15 points on the line. What did you have?
Well, September is my birth month, so we said Sapphire.
Oh.
And Misinformation with 10 points. What did you have?
We also put Sapphire.
Sapphire.
No,
Because it is Julia's birth month as well.
We were so sure, but we're like, why would Ken do that?
And I would do that. The correct answer is Sapphire.
Considering Misinformation swept the final round, I have a good feeling on how this one ended up.
So, at the end of the game, in third place, we have Trivia Hot Dish with a very respectable 100 points. They gained 10 points in that last round. Team Triviality in second place, 140 points, gaining 15 in the last round.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Woo.
And, of course, our cream of the crop for today's game, Misinformation, 230 whopping points. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
You are today's cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
What do we win, Bob?
You win the Triviality Championship honorific imaginary belt.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I thought you had prizes. I thought that's the only reason why I came on this show.
The fabulous prizes.
behind that door is
oh my God,
brand new
tell me
washer
what's in that
dryer.
No, nothing today.
Big old pile of
unfortunately.
bragging rights.
Yeah, big old pile of bragging rights.
All right. I'm okay with
Well,
that.
awesome. That was really fun, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Before we go today, why don't you guys tell us where we can find your show, starting with misinformation?
Oh, yeah. We're on iTunes / Apple Music. I guess that's what they call it now. Apple Podcasts. I don't know. I'm an Android user. Google Play, Stitcher, and whatever podcast app you use with our RSS feed.
And our RSS feed is on our website, www.missinfopod.com.
Awesome. And Trivia Hotdish. How about you guys?
You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, or just Google Trivia Hotdish Podcast, and we'll show up.
Excellent. Well, thank you both for participating in today's game. It was a lot of fun. I know we had a lot of fun. I had fun writing these questions and asking them to you. So thank you to Tom, Jill, and Julia and Lauren, and my colleagues here in the studio, Matt and Jeff. My name is Ken, and that was Triviality.
Sean Avery's tactics at screening the goaltender like nothing I've ever seen before. Amazing.
Just walking that line?
Well, he was facing Bruder the whole. He didn't even watch the play at all.
Wow.
And Bruder did his level best to keep his concentration and his cool.
Gomez is flying. He sets up Yager. Yager for Gomez, holding on to it out in front. They score! The guy